Hi everybody, this is Hero from the Birds back with another Shadowlands video, and we are doing some crazy stuff on the PTR. This is a Chain Lightning only Shaman build. I'm going to walk you through what I mean by that, but on the PTR right now I'm doing something like 27k sustained AoE damage on 5 targets, and there's no Earthquake cast, there's no Spender casts at all. We're making use of 2-piece, 4-piece interactions, as well as a couple of legendaries to make this happen. And it's really awesome. If you want to be just Darth Vader, be like, whoa, he's not pressing Earthquake, unsubscribe, run away. Now, look at this might be a meme, but I just want to show it to you. We'll do a couple of videos in a second to show you what I'm talking about. But it's really fun. So what's the main piece of the build? First of all, 2 legendaries that are kind of mandatory. We need to be Venthyr with our elemental conduit legendary effect that we're getting from Venthyr, because we need a way to bridge the gap between our Storm Elemental that's up and the CD of Storm Elemental. There's an interesting interaction in the way Storm Elemental works. Once you get to the max stacks, the 20 stacks that reduce the cast speed of Chain Lightning and Lightning Bolt, you can carry that over if you happen to press Storm Elemental again. But in order to do that, you have to cool it down. So there's 2 ways we're cooling it down. The first is by our legendary Skybreakers, which is offering critical strike, and in combination with Chain Harvest, which is providing us with a lot of flame shocks, we are able to cool down our Storm Elemental CD. So that's the one way we're doing it. The other way is by casting a few lava bursts, which, while Storm Elemental is currently up, will extend him, and while he's down, will cool him down. So we don't care so much about the second part, because if you lose your Storm Elemental, you also lose those 20 stacks. So your Chain Lightning cast speed goes back to 0, and pressing him again restarts the whole cycle, which is not what we want. But there is a way to marry these 2 together so that you cast a few lava bursts in there, but most of the work is being carried by our Venthyr ability. So we casting chains, we're getting CDR, and then we fire a few lava bursts to keep a permanent Storm Elemental. So permanent Storm Elemental is part 1 of the build. Part 2 of the build is getting rid of all the chaff. So all the spells that are commonly using as elemental shaman, like Earthquake, massive damage, should press this button, it's in the way. It's a problem. And the reason why is it uses up a GCD. Yeah, but that's huge damage. What are you talking about? Uses up a GCD. It's amazing. Yes, but once your GCD gets really low because of high unlimited power stacks and because of the way our Chain Lightning propagates a bunch of overloads, we actually instead just want to be casting Chain Lightning after a certain amount of time. It does insane damage. To press Earthquake, which targets might move out of, really becomes a detriment for the way that this build works. Echoing Shock is one exception here, because it's going to cast a second Chain Lightning, which is fine, because Chain Lightning is the theme. That's what we're doing. Let's see how it looks. It's completely ridiculous, but I'm telling you, it's kind of fun. So I tried this with a number of builds, and the most successful included trying it out with Elemental Blast, because we don't really care about the spender side of that talent tree. And this one was okay, but it was clunky, meaning you still have this long cast of Elemental Blast that occurs. But you're going to open with Ele Blast. We're going to get our Elemental out and do his buff. And then we are going to do our best, after we cast our Chains of Harvest, to build up our Chain Lightning stack really quick, as much as we can. When we get Elemental Blast, we cast that as well. And then every so often, we're going to weave in a few lava bursts. So at the beginning, we can weave a few in right away, because that's going to extend our Storm Elemental. Really, we want to, again, marry how long he's up to his CD. So we have just enough lava bursts so that we can press our button again to extend him and keep that 20 stack buff, which makes our chain lightnings crazy. You can see how fast it's going here. This is 100% speed on the replay. It's crazy. So here we got the buff back, so we're gonna, or I screwed up. So I think in this example I did a lot of tests. So this is a great example to show you, first of all, Elemental Blast and how it's working, and also to show you that you have to press Lava Burst a little bit, because if you do not, you will not turn the corner so that you can press Storm Elemental and retain that buff. Okay, that's test number 1. I'm glad I actually was able to showcase that. Then I started moving towards Echoing Shock. And the reason was very simple. Can we trim away Elemental Blast and still get the same kind of output? Echoing Shock's an instant cast. It fires off a Chain Lightning, which can produce unlimited power stacks, unlike, I mean, obviously Elemental Blast can also propagate our mastery, but it just, as an instant cast, seemed to allow us a little bit more access to Chain Lightning. So you can see here we got our Tubbins and Grubbins. You can see, watch how high the stacks get going. So by the 6th hour, by the 5-second mark, we're at 9 stacks. We're at 12 stacks. 15 stacks before it runs out. Here goes another round, and here comes that Elemental's big blast again. So again, I'm thinking in my mind, I need to fill a little bit of Lava Bursts here. So every once in a while, I'll fire off a Lava Burst. But it's pretty mobile if you need to stutter step, because you just press Lava Burst whenever the 8 seconds come up on our 2-piece, and off you go. You know you're going to get another round of it, and after you've built up that window, and I need to figure out a weak core actually to show this on the PTR so I can see the duration of my elemental, because then you can kind of feather it and min-max it. But you can see here, we're pumping 28k DPS. And it's just Chain Lightning. I haven't pressed one Earthquake. Like, well, why don't you bloody press Earthquake then? Because it would be insane if you press Earthquake. Look at all this. But, guys, the point is, it's all sort of pseudo haste, right? It's only Chain Lightning haste. It's not really Earthquake haste. And using a GCD for Earthquake means that our unlimited power stacks are that much more likely to drop off, because we are basically going to be casting Earthquake every 2 Chain Lightnings in a pack, right? The chances that we'll be able to build up substantial stacks of unlimited power are very low. And like, yeah, but unlimited power is just bad. Just play Stormkeeper. It's way better. I'm like, I guess so, but look at this meme. This meme is doing 27k sustained damage. Like, no pots, you know, nothing crazy. You can see the stats here go all over the place. We start to get up to, I think, 40% haste naturally. It's really fun, guys. If you want to be Darth Vader, I got to test this out in some dungeons, because I know the big thing will be like, oh, there's movement, blah, blah, blah. But one thing I think is really freeing about all of this is you don't care about lava surge too much. You don't care about keeping flame shocks up necessarily. You're letting your chain harvest do that work. You just forget about it. All you need it for is just a bit more CDR to get your storm elemental rocking and rolling. And it also avoids the problem of having to put ground effects. Anybody ever have a tank move all of the mobs out of your Earthquake? Yeah, but Earthquake has utility. It knocks the mobs down. It's amazing. I mean, guys, look. Earthquake is amazing. Don't get me wrong. But look at this. This is crazy. This is insane. And it's a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I know I'm just kind of memeing here, but it's pretty smooth. It's pretty clean. You just have to probably get yourself a little weak core to see what the timer is. I'll have to check for you exactly, but it's likely something like 7 or 8 lava bursts that you need to cast. Maybe it's a bit more. Maybe it's like 8 or 9, but I think it's about 7 or 8 lava bursts in between each press of your elemental. So those 7 lava bursts will cool it down just enough alongside all the stuff you're getting from Venthyr, so that all you have to worry about is letting it tick down, and then you press the button and you'll still have the buffs. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to test this out in some dungeons and just kind of proof of concept stuff. This PTR is wacky, guys. Like, we got a lot of crazy things happening. A lot of things to test. Those CDRs in the dungeons are going to be insane. So look out for more content on that, hopefully soon. Catch you guys later.